Thank you for joining us once again for the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. With me, Wadulo, Mark Arnold, Mugalu, Muhammad on Sign Language. It's going to be an hours-long bulletin, so that's the cue for my producer to bring in the headlines. In our top stories tonight, Prime Minister Nabanja visits Karuma hydropower project to review progress. Furthermore, the First Lady Janet Museveni advises head teachers on quality education. Land committees advised to continue with land transactions following LC tenure expiry. And UPDF's National Enterprises Corporation refreshes Army veterans. Thank you for joining us once again, and we do thank you for watching UBC Television, Inspiring Uganda. Now, in our top story tonight, the Prime Minister Robina Nabanja led a delegation of ministers to Karuma hydropower station to review progress of the project. This multi-million venture is being implemented by the Sino Hydro Corporation Limited from China. Let's have a look.
This working visit follows a presidential directive to ensure that challenges affecting ongoing hydropower projects are addressed as a matter of urgency. Nabanja and her team were taken on a guided tour for the project site, which included the powerhouse, dam area and substations.
Why don't you take enough energy to leader, and then you have somewhere you can...
The demand is low, so you have to reach the factories in Tororo, Mbale. Otherwise, Lira, all around here, they consume about 16 megawatts. Then here, just a moment, this is the line now to Olwio. This is rated at 400 kV, but initially it will operate at 132. Again, because of reasons of demand. Then the other plants that are yet to come will be evacuating to Olwio. That's where the line is planned from Olwio to Juba through Nimule.
Construction of Karuma hydropower plant will cost $1.7 billion, and it is expected to be completed by September this year.
As of today, all the lines have been, the towers are all erected, they are strung, and power can be evacuated, save for Kawanda, where we are waiting restoration works. In terms of completion, the power station works, which is the hydropower project, completion stands at 99.4%. The transmission lines is 99.7%. Then lastly, the corporate social responsibility projects, completion is at 100%.
The project is being financed with a loan from the Exim Bank of China, co-funded by the government of Uganda. Karuma hydropower construction, which started in 2013, has had delays caused by challenges in land acquisition, particularly along the Karuma-Lira transmission line. In December last year, the Karuma-Kawanda transmission line was vandalized. There has been repeated vandalism of power transmission lines in some parts of the country. This has been equated as an act of terrorism.
His Excellency the President wants the transmission line electrified. We must guard this project jealously, because it is the umbilical cord of our development. The President has already made his directives. I can see most of them have been implemented. So the remaining ones, like having so many transformers, this we shall handle with the ministry, to make sure that at least most towns are connected to power, and to make sure that all those small, even these small industries.
It is projected that vandalizing infrastructure, if not contained, will make implementation of government projects very expensive. Government is consistently investing in hydropower production to facilitate industrialization drive.
We would actually wish to get the generation of electricity in the lower Nile. There are 3 dams which we can construct: Oriang, Ayago, and Keba, just downstream. We need to bring them on now. And we should not wait until the time when we need that power. We should actually move very fast now to start a new project, because this one is virtual at the end of it and takes 10 years to construct a plant like this one.
According to the contractor and the implementing government agencies, the physical progress of the project was estimated to be at 99.9% complete. The Community Development Action Plan has not been fully implemented due to funding gaps. Political and local leaders from the districts of Nwoya and Kiriandongo were also in attendance.
Furthermore, the Prime Minister Robina Nabbanja has affirmed government commitment towards funding agricultural innovations in schools. Nabbanja emphasizes the need to increase farmer education through provision of training and workshops to farmers and students. She echoed this during the closure of the Education Agricultural Show in Jinja, where she represented the President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
This is how Right Honorable Robina Nabbanja was received at Jinja Agricultural Showgrounds. Women clad in yellow, ushering her into the exhibitions with various innovations. The innovations were mainly dominated by students ranging from value addition, innovation and mechanization. She was here to represent President Yoweri Museveni.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries for their unwavering support in organizing this event. Your commitment is promoting agriculture education and empowering the younger people in this field.
With such innovations, Nabbanja sees an unquestionable potential in agriculture changing Uganda's economy.
Your creativity are driving the agriculture sector towards more efficient, sustainable, and technologically advanced future. As we conclude this show, I want to emphasize the immense potential and opportunities that lie ahead. The agriculture sector is a critical driver of economic growth, food security, and poverty eradication in our country.
These are the innovations that leaders from the Operation Wealth Creation Secretariat want to see consolidated through more funding.
Because these innovations are going to waste if we don't have people who are going to follow these innovations. We require an organization or a ministry which is going to follow up the innovations that are being done by our students.
Others want such innovations made regional at East African community level for unearthing of more potential.
We know several countries like China, Vietnam, India, Iran, and the rest, they have developed because of the innovations from the younger people. Otherwise, people will come in and fund these students and student.
This funding will accelerate the agro-industrialization agenda of the president. So as you sit in cabinet, I can work with the commissioner, I can to give you a paper on how our children in school innovations can be accelerated and contribute to the president's agenda.
All these are concerns that the Prime Minister took note of and pledged further action.
I want to say on behalf of government that I will take this concern to cabinet so that we come up with a policy.
The Premier also seized the opportunity to encourage youth to embrace agriculture.
With these innovations, the sky will be the limit. And we are also emphasizing value addiction. Remember, we have to add value to all the products. And I've seen our children exhibit that. And so our young farmers, along with our educated youth and women, are eager to be part of the innovative and gainful entrepreneurship in agriculture sector.
Nabanja was hailed by other leaders for being a woman leader of action.
We know very well that women are trustworthy people. I believe in the leadership of women. And you know the women who have worked in this country, how they have excelled. The president made it sure that Right Honorable Nabanja becomes our Prime Minister.
The Ginger Education Agricultural Show brought together 32 schools with different exhibitions across the country. Henry Okrut, UBC.
The Ministry of Health has officially announced that Kagadi district is now free from the neglected tropical disease of river blindness following relentless efforts to eliminate its transmission in 2017. Kagadi was among the 48 districts in Uganda affected by the black fly-borne disease, which resulted in visual impairment and blindness for many Ugandans. Now, the most affected areas in Kagadi included Lake Albert Shores, Bugoma, Muzizi, Nkuse, Rutete, Rugashali, Chezige, and Mabale, neighboring Chekube and Hoima districts.
The Ministry of Health has officially declared Kagadi district free from river blindness, a neglected tropical disease. Since 2017, the government has been dedicated to eliminating the transmission of this disease in the affected sub-counties. Kagadi district was among the 48 districts in Uganda that suffered from the black fly-borne illness, causing visual impairment and blindness. The declaration was made during a ceremony at Rutete Playground attended by Dr. Alfred Mubangizi, representing Minister of Health Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng.
In Africa, Uganda is ahead of all countries in making progress towards onchocerciasis elimination. Kagadi is among the districts in Uganda that eliminated the disease early, for which reason we are here to celebrate and appreciate you. Out of 17 endemic foci in 48 districts, the disease elimination has been attained in 14 foci.
Efforts to sustain the elimination status and remain vigilant against the black flies were emphasized to secure an elimination certificate from the World Health Organization.
As we celebrate this milestone, we should be mindful that this elimination status must be sustained until the country gets elimination certificate from WHO. And this is what I said. Yes, it can be attacked again. This requires strong post-elimination surveillance through community vigilance and integration into the district surveillance system, as was demonstrated on the exhibition table.
And in more news, the Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakoba, has guided that in the wake of an expiry term of the office for the LC1 chairperson, all land transactions can be handled by the area land committees, which according to her are established by law. Nabakoba has been on Saturday, 15th July 2023, that's today, addressing media in Kampala.
The Lands Ministry is one of the sectors being affected by the expiry of lower local government tenure. Village council chairpersons are very vital during land transactions. And now the Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakoba, has insinuated about the possible interventions government is taking for the meantime.
Minister wa Justice, wamne Prime Minister, okutulungamya ki ekiddako. Naye nga ate tusobola okukozesa area land committees kubanga jjukira area land committees ne muteeka lyaffe ery'ettaka mweziri kabaka kiiko kugombolola akatunuulira ensonga z'ettaka mu byalo eby'enjawulo ebiri mu magombolola ago. Kitegeeza nti eno program ya titling tusobola ogikozesa nga tukozesa opinion leaders mu byalo wamu ne area land committee eri mu tteeka okusobola okulaba nti emirimu gino gigenda maaso.
Nabakoba was briefing the media this Saturday morning on the Competitiveness and Enterprise Development Project, SEDEP.
We are also conducting a comprehensive review of the legal, institutional and operation aspects of Uganda Land Commission.
The SEDEP project covers 5 components that include land administration reforms, business registration and business licensing reforms, tourism competitiveness development, matching grant facility and project implementation.
The component 1, which is land administration reform, we have 4 major sub-components. 1 is improving land administration. Then another sub-component is undertaking systematic registration of communal and individually owned land. Then sub-component 3 is implementing a program of actions for strengthening institutions and mechanisms for land dispute resolutions.
According to Minister Judith Nabakoba, the project has registered success.
All the 22 MZO offices were established and operationalized with a fully installed land information system, and HE, the President of the Republic of Uganda, managed to launch 3 of these MZOs.
With the next phase of the project underway and with addition of funds earmarked, the ministry hopes to move 2 steps ahead.
The SEDEP AF is supposed to end in December 2024. So these are the following outputs. We are supposed to make sure that the archive center is built. It will be built in Entebbe. We are supposed to make sure that the National Land Information System is enhanced, but we are also going to get ICT equipment for MZOs, and the process of procurement started, and we are going to do rapid physical planning appraisals. All assessments will be taken for the 566 parishes.
During this same media brief held at the land's offices in Kampala, the minister spelled out some of the new directives by President Kaguta Museveni. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
The Commander Reserve Forces Central, Brigadier General Godfrey Muwanguzi, has appealed to security guards to observe honesty and integrity as they exercise their duties. This was during the pass-out of the integrated NEC security guards at Katugo Military School. Let's have a look.
Retired soldiers reportedly find hardships settling within the general public after the elapse of their times of service in the army. The National Enterprise Corporation Security Services has now re-equipped these veterans with security guard skills to accommodate them and enable them earn a living.
And when you look at the retirement structure of UPDF for rank and file, they retire even before that age. Now you find this is a person who has been working maybe like 30 years in security. All he or she knows is security. When you take them after retirement to their villages, they may not mingle well and fit in the population because all they are used to is security.
The guards have been equipped with various skills like communication and entrepreneurship skills, gun shooting, among others. The integrated NEC security guards will be charged with guarding critical infrastructure of national importance, therein relieving the serving army to protect the country.
As the country is growing, there is what is called critical infrastructure and vital assets. Who is there to protect that? And these are the nerve centers of national security and economic development. Stability of the economy depends on those. So we are looking at that. But 2, it will relieve police, even the military, from doing things which are tying them down because they are security related, but not their core.
The Commander Reserve Forces Central, Brigadier General Godfrey Muwanguzi, who passed out these guards, derived his message from the Bible and called for honesty and integrity during service.
Luke chapter 3, from that verse 14 onward, The soldiers were complaining that what should we do? And Jesus simply said, let your salary be sufficient to you. Don't distort or extort, simply be humble. So he was encouraging them and reminding them that they should be honest and stick to the integrity of the organization they are going to serve.
The guards have been cautioned to desist from immorality and properly handle the gun.
The supervisors have to constantly keep in touch and follow up, find out, do these people have issues that need them to get off the stress or to be off duty? And that's how you can, because if it's an individual, you can't tell what is in somebody's heart.
Because some other people, even if you train him, if he's in discipline, actually this training started at your home, at your child. If you don't raise your child with discipline, and then even if you recruit him at 10, it will not change. Changing somebody above 18 is not easy.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
The Katikiro of Buganda, Charles Peter Mayiga, has called for unity and cooperation of people resident in the kingdom in honor of the Kabaka. This was in his message read by the Minister for Special Duties in Buganda Kingdom, David Mpanga, during the meeting with people from Singo County who had brought contribution to support the Kingdom project at a function held at Bulange Mengo.
Leaders hailing from Singo County have contributed over 40 million shillings in a campaign codenamed Rualo Rafe to support the Kingdom projects. Representing the Katiklo, the Minister for Special Duties in Uganda Kingdom, David Mpanga, called for unity amongst the people.
Era nyongera okubakubiriza nti obumu nabwo mu buzimbe nnyo muba mutambuleyo gye tujja buli nusu eyingira mu luwalo mugende nga mugamba abaami ba Kabaka twongere obumu tuleme okweyawulayawulamu kibeere mu ddiini kibeere mu kukkiriza oba mu nzikiriza ez'ebyobufuzi tubeere mu buli kimu tubeere bumu tukole twongere okutumbula ekyo ekitufuula kye tuli awamu era ekiweesa Ssaabasajja Kabaka kitiibwa.
The Member of Parliament, Kasanda North, Patrick Saba, appealed to the Kingdom to add a voice in health matters, being people trust in Kingdom's voice than political leaders.
Sabo Katikkira abantu bo bangi, abantu ba Ssaabasajja bangi bafeeye ebirwadde bingi ennaku zino, hepatitis B, manya biki, buli kumpi kirwadde kitta abantu eyo. Ate nga Ssaabasajja buli lwakulembera ensonga yonna ku ngeri n'abantu balina engeri gye bawulira Ssaabasajja mu ngeri eyaki ey'enjawulo. So nja kusaba amaloboozi gongerwe, abantu basobola batya okwetangira endwadde ezimu, basobola batya okwegemesa endwadde ezimu. Amaloboozi ga Ssaabasajja bwe gajja, amaloboozi go Katikkiro bwe gatuuka, tubeera nga tufunamu bingi nnyo, kubanga mwana wattu eno gavumenti ffe bannabyabufuzi tusobola okwogerera omwaka mulamba nga tebawulira. Katikkiro n'ajja n'ayogera omulundi gumu ne bakola ki? Ne bawulira. Era ssebo tusaba eddoboozi eryo lijje ku ngeri gye batasobola okwetangiramu.
Sendaula Christine Bukenya, the Human Member of Parliament, Chankwanzi District, advised people to embrace coffee glowing.
Tewali maka galina mmwanyi gabeera maavu. Nti ekyo tubasaba mutwongeremu amaanyi tulabe nga naffe tutumbula enfuna yaffe nga tuyita mu Buganda.
In other related matters, Katiklo disclosed that as Uganda prepares to celebrate 30 years of Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi on the throne, all people will attend after 3 years of COVID-19, where it was only for invited guests. Pendoka Kamwesiga, UBC.
Police officers in the Elgon region have been given the mandate to enhance their operations and strengthen security measures against any form of insurgency that could disrupt the peace and stability of the community. The call was echoed by Mbale City's resident commissioner, John Rex Achila, during a ceremony where 298 police officers were promoted and adorned with new ranks in recognition of their service within the police force.
Police officers have been promoted to higher ranks within the force with a specific mission to combat insecurity in the region. The resident city commissioner, Mbale John Achira, officiated the ceremony held at Coatsview Hotel in Mbale City, where the police officers were presented with the new ranks. He called upon them to utilize their elevated positions to eradicate criminal elements that pose a threat to the region.
If you have not been working very hard, this is the time now we want, before you are transferred, let's change issues in Elgon region. Let us make sure that there is total peace in the region. These thugs who have been disturbing us and who are grabbing, many people also lost properties.
Achira also challenged the officers to maintain a high level of discipline and professionalism while executing their assigned tasks from their superiors.
You must be thankful that at least you have been able to move those ranks, and today is another milestone. There are more demands that have been put on you. You know, the more you get those ranks and you get more pips here, the more exposed you become.
The promoted officers include Elgon Region Police spokesperson Taitika Rogers and Christopher Chigundu Katumba.
I've been ASP, but now I'm Superintendent of Police. I'm grateful, and I would like to thank the Strategic Command of the Uganda Police. I want to thank His Excellency, of course, for having elevated that to the next level.
This promotion really means a lot. It means a lot. It means serving more. It is like a caution to serve more service to the people.
The Elgon Region Police Commander, SSP Otim Bosco, commended the Inspector General of Police and the Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for recognizing the officers' competence and promoting them to higher positions. SSP Otim encouraged the officers to prioritize discipline and hard work.
We want to express our gratitude to the leadership of police, none other than the IGP and then the headquarter commanders who have deemed it fit to promote these officers. A task ahead of them, a responsibility that requires discipline as we serve our community.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and get a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
Uganda's oil and gas projects are providing opportunities for Ugandan businesses. Between 2017 and 2022, 40% of the 3,800 procurements worth $4.4 billion were awarded to 460 Ugandan companies. This includes 41 community-based companies that have been awarded contracts worth $2.3 million. In order to be contracted to supply goods and services for oil activities in Uganda, entities must register on the National Suppliers Database. Over 2,300 entities are registered on the National Suppliers Database. Registration is free. The Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Dear Air
loyal customer, we know that there are days when unexpected stays in hospital stand in the way of your family's welfare. That is why Hospital Center is here to give you up to 100,000 shillings every night you spend in hospital. Hospital Center also offers up to 4 million in funeral benefit. Dial star 185 star 7 star 6 hash to purchase Hospital Center on Airtel Money for as little as 1,000, 3,000 or 5,000 shillings a month. Your cover for the first 1 month is free. Hospital Center is underwritten by Prudential and powered by Turaco. Prudential and Turaco are regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. Airtel Money is regulated by the Bank of Uganda.
The biggest, the baddest East African Christian Marathon is here. Come participate at the East African Christian Marathon for a prayer run on the 13th of August 2023 at the Lugogo Hockey Grounds. Come represent your family at the prayer run and run for a good cause to build the first call center, which will be East Africa's virtual listener. Come for the prayer run alongside your pastors, leaders, representatives from Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Congo, South Sudan, and of course Uganda. Participate with Honorable Captain Mike Mukula, who is the chief runner and patron. Do not miss out on this opportunity. Make your donation for your kid now from 20,000, 30,000 and 100,000 Uganda shillings, because runs change the world. For more details, call 0781 885 055 or visit our website at www.eastafricachristianmarathon.org. Proudly sponsored by PKF, UBC, Venro Health, Aquafina, and Moving Preacher.
This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something. But the most important qualification is imagination. His reason is to be the GOAT. The reason to imagine is to take the beat and make it lit. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. Now, in more news, Chibale District Local Government is to arrest and prosecute the first batch of the Parish Development Model beneficiaries for allegedly squandering the funds. Now, this follows the district reports indicating that some of the beneficiaries have diverted the money to purchase home appliances instead of investing the prioritized commodities. This vice was unearthed at the local community accountability meeting known as Baraza, organized by the Office of the Prime Minister in Chibale District.
Chibale District Local Government has so far received over 6 billion shillings meant for poverty alleviation through Parish Development Model Project.
And we are doing some necessary preparation to see that beneficiaries are selected very well under the subsistence category and are given money before the start of this season.
It's only 1.5% of these funds have so far been disbursed following the suspension of the exercise in the entire district over lack of facilitation for data collection.
And Kibale district, we are at only 63%. So it means that the remaining 37% households were not covered and we could not use now the PDMIS.
However, the district reports indicate that some of the first batch of the beneficiaries have already diverted the funds to procure home appliances.
Somebody is given the money, for instance, to implement the figure project, and he went ahead to procure like TVs, screens, things of the kind. So people diverting the projects, that's the issue we're talking about.
The diversion of the funds has compelled the district authorities to embark on the drive of arresting and prosecuting the culprits.
The Office of the RDC, the Office of CAR, and even our extension workers, plus the parish chiefs, we are going to start embarking on arresting those people who have misused the money by not implementing the project.
The Minister of State for Bunyara Affairs, Jennifer Namuyango, has advised the beneficiaries to stick to the enterprises as guided by President Yoweri Museveni.
the fruit trees, the coffee, the dairy, cattle, poultry, mainly poultry for eggs, fish farming. These are enterprises that the president has done research, and I know they can bring out money. After all, the grace period has been extended for 3 years.
Meanwhile, the parish chiefs have highlighted some of the hiccups they go through while implementing the project.
We don't have an office. We normally hold meetings under the trees or any other place because we don't have a beauty office for the parish.
Because the area I work in, it is so hilly, it is stony, so using a bicycle for sure in this modern era.
This was at the local community accountability meeting, dubbed Baraza, held by the office of the Prime Minister in Chibale district. Joseph Oko, UBC.
The Deputy Resident District Commissioner Mukono District has issued a stern warning to pastors regarding the gospel messages they spread, which she claims contribute to the increase in conflict and racism within the country. Now, during the launch of a conference for pastors and ministers in Greater Mukono held at Mount Levanono Church in Mukono, Deputy RDC Michael Segawa expressed his concern over how some pastors have been utilizing the word of God to fuel wars and create divisions among people, ultimately endangering the country.
The Deputy Resident District Commissioner, Kono District, Michael Segawa, emphasized that the promotion of a gospel centered on racism, gender bias, politics, and other divisive ideologies should be avoided. The Deputy RDC's remarks were made in light of the growing faith among the people, acknowledging that evangelism is an essential tool for demonstrating the goodness of God.
Government eno weyajja mu buyinza emaze obudde bungi nnyo era pulezidenti waffe atusomeseza ebintu bingi okulaba nga tulekeraawo okwetunuulira ng'abantu ab'amawanga ag'enjawulo oba amadini ag'enjawulo. Ebibiina ebyazimbibwanga ku madini oba ku mawanga ne tubikyusa bitandika okulowoolezanga ku ideology y'ebyobufuzi so si mu bintu ebyawulayawula mu bantu. Mu kkanisa temuliimu kweyawulayawula kuno era kyekyo pulezidenti kyasomesa bulijjo. Twagala abantu batunuulira abantu si wa gye bava so si ki kye bafaanana oba obutonde bwabwe bwe balimu naye olw'ekyo kye bali ng'abantu.
However, Segawa highlighted the dangers of deviating from its true purpose and engaging in activities that perpetuate conflict, racism, and political games.
Ate ekyo ekifaananyi ekyo Katonda yakitowa yatugamba yatutonda mu kifaananyi kye tetutonda ng'abantu ab'amawanga gundi oba ab'ekika bwekiti oba ab'eddiini bweti. So twagala Abannayuganda abagoberera ebigendererwa eby'enkulaakulana, okuzimba emyoyo gyabwe, okuzimba emirimu, okuzimba ebyobulimi, okuzimba industry, services sector, n'okulaba nga tubeerawo mu bumu ate mu nkulaakulana ne mu butebenkevu wa gye tuva mu byalo byaffe ne mu kibuga kyaffe kino.
As the country strives for harmony and progress, it is crucial for pastors and ministers to prioritize spreading a message of unity and love, fostering an environment of peace and understanding among believers. Crispus Arinetwe, UBC News.
Nyabyaya Forestry College is developing a new curriculum for the Diploma in Bamboo Resources and Technology. The director, Nyabyaya Forestry College, Richard Chisache, points out that the bamboo curriculum is in line with the Technical Vocational Education Training TVET policy of 2020 that puts emphasis on skilling the young people. Let's have a look at the details.
The government has realized that bamboo is an untapped resource, yet it can contribute to inclusive green economy and poverty reduction. The bamboo sector is now being supported to grow, the reason why Nyabyaya Forestry College is developing a new curriculum for the Diploma in Bamboo Resources and Technology.
We intend, after getting approvals from the mandated institutions of government, we hope to start in the academic year 2024-2025. We are targeting people who are senior 6 leavers, especially those who have done a combination of sciences, that's biology and physics. And then we are also going to target certificate holders, those certificate in forestry, certificate in agriculture, and some related fields.
With support from the International Bamboo and Rattan Organization, INBA, consultations are being conducted with National Curriculum Development Center and other stakeholders.
The purpose of this to develop this curriculum on bamboo resources and technology, the purpose is the need of the hours. So now government of Uganda focusing a lot on the bamboo sector development. So we need the quality human resources for the plantation, nursery development, management, as well as the value addition. And moreover, this course is specialized course, will give the opportunity, job opportunity for the youth and employment, for the beyond the boundary of Uganda.
The aim for developing the new curriculum for bamboo is to create a concrete professional base in bamboo resource management and utilization.
We have recommended that we have an exit profile whereby the modular approach will enable these learners at any point in time after covering a particular core module can be good to go and be able to do something for their own survival and also to survive in the world of work. For example, if a learner acquires competences and skills in bamboo nursery management, this graduate can be good to go and establish a nursery bed and be able to earn a living. So the emphasis today with the TVET policy of 2020 is on skills development for our graduates so that our graduates are employable and are able to also employ themselves and survive in the current world of work.
The promotion and growing of bamboo is already in high gear, and the National Bamboo Strategy and Action Plan was developed in 2019. Adiana Kute, UBC.
Some of the members of the public are appealing for an increased funding to realize the development of talents among the youth, especially through institutions of learning. Now, this was during an art and drama event of St. Michael High School in Sunday, where students competed in different disciplines.
For every Ugandan institution of learning, especially at primary and secondary level, music, dance and drama is part of the learning curriculum. At St. Michael High School in Sunday, the day is always held in the second term of the year's calendar.
We have 9 items: set piece, traditional dance, original composition, poem, play, creative dance, fashion, and so many others, but there are 9 items.
However, for the school administrators complain that limited funds allocated towards talent development across the country by government is simply barring the industry.
Because MDD generally is very expensive, you need the costumes, you need trainers, you need so many things. So that's why I think some schools cannot afford. But I pray and beg that schools can put in resources so that the students can develop their talents.
This is an important activity that the government should come out and support wholeheartedly. Because as you can see, this is the time where you can identify talent.
It is for this reason that the government is being called on to step in.
The government is very reluctant, actually does not fund, but should have been one of the votes from government that talents should be developed in the schools, especially when we are talking about the new curriculum. We cannot talk of just changing the curriculum of teaching and learning, because the MDD is a part of the teaching and learning process.
With the new curriculum that is being implemented, it emphasizes both academic and non-academic activities. So I urge government to invest more in MDD, because so that we can be able to identify talent. And secondly, it is a source of employment. Those who might fail or who might not afford to go for higher education can actually start from here and be able to make a living. We have seen people who have not gone to school, but through singing, they have survived on us.
Here, students from different classes and houses competed in different disciplines. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Norwegian Refugee Council, leading a consortium of partners, has launched a project aimed at easing access to legal services by refugees in Uganda, particularly the self-settled urban refugees in Kampala and Arua districts. The Information, Counseling and Legal Assistance Project is a 2-year project with support from the European Union, Civil Protection and Humanitarian Aid.
This ambitious 2-year undertaking has garnered support from the European Union Civil Protection and Humanitarian Aid, bolstering its potential for impact. While the ICLA project has traditionally focused on refugee settlement, its scope has now expanded to encompass bustling urban areas, recognizing the considerable number of refugees seeking refuge in Arua and Kampala.
This program is going to solve a lot of issues. Our people have been going through so many things. A case in point, my member was taken to the court because she failed to pay rent for 2 years. But in reality, she paid, but the fact was that she was not getting receipts.
You will go to a house where sometimes it is given to host communities at 40, and when a refugee comes, they charge at 80 or 100. Like even mine, my landlord told me that if he has a power, he wanted to remove the iron seats of the house because I don't pay him any time. So these are the challenges also we are facing here.
Osman Ayeko, the ICLA specialist at NRC, explained that the project will concentrate on addressing critical issues.
ICLA will be providing its activities mainly on the thematic areas of housing, land and property rights, equal rights to adequate housing, looking at security of tenure within the settlement and in the urban area of legal, civil documentation, and under these our priorities on the key areas of making sure the beneficiaries access birth certificates, marriage certificates, death certificates, and of course other legal civil documents.
Kumakechi Dennis, a senior legal officer at the Uganda Law Society, emphasized the profound impact that the legal protection services offered by this project will have impact on alleviating the challenges faced by self-settled refugees in Arua City.
I know many might have bought land, but they have not gone to the aspect of registration, or some of them are in the process. Where there are hurdles, these are the areas we say these are legal questions. But also another key area in terms of land, we've seen areas where people have moved out and they are renting gardens, they are hiring gardens, and sometimes they don't have documentation in terms of these things. Along the way, the owner of the land comes in and takes over the land together with the crops that have been grown, and they harvest and eat it without any reason.
On his part, Wadisam Nyakua, the mayor of Arua City, appealed to residents to extend equitable treatment and support to urban refugees.
Our people should consider living in harmony with our brothers who have come from South Sudan and who have come from Congo. You know, one time we were also in Congo, we were also in South Sudan. Actually, what we should do is to encourage the tenants to demand for receipts.
The expansion of the ICLA project to urban centers marks a significant stride forward in improving the lives of refugees by providing them with essential legal support. With backing from the European Union Civil Protection and Humanitarian Aid, the consortium aspires to empower refugees to navigate complex legal landscapes, secure their rights, and establish stable lives within the urban host communities. Joseph Odama, UBC News.
The National Environmental Management Authority, NEMA, with funding from the World Bank, constructed Hoima Municipality compost plant that was aimed at producing manure from the garbage collected in the municipality in 2012. However, the 2.5 billion shillings project is laying idle, prompting garbage collectors to start dumping it in people's plots, and some blocking the Chiwati Kariwa Bulera 11 years later. This has led to demonstration by residents of Chibati and Katugo who dumped some garbage in Musajja Mukuru Road, putting traffic flow on the road to a standstill. Details in this report.
Local council chairpersons of Katugo, Ramadhan Vyonta and Chibati Rosemary Balirema want authorities of Hoima City to work on the dumping places to save them from hygiene-related challenges.
Concerned with the garbage which they just misplaced here, those people, they just come and drop those garbage here, and it can bring diseases to our children and the community at large.
Bakuru bali mu office bayikalire bakulya bakunywa bakufulira tuliyo bakuta kasasiro nibagire kata orugudo baruseseremu kasasiro bo benye tibafuireyo orugudo tibarufuireho amaizi agatukunywa tibagafuireho tibatulimira izi bali tulayiha amaizi go kunywa abantu atibwire bunu hano hali tuli hano ikinunko kiwulira munu bakunagamu abantu abafuira abana oli bakwana omuntu afuire tibayiti bayina okubata tumanyiri.
The village council chairperson for Western Ward, Esa Utagabiona, wants leaders to either relocate the composite or correct the mess as soon as possible because it has been a source of different diseases.
Betekichoka kili kichafu abantu bona bagenda kuba ni bayitwa oburwaire abobutafu ayo kwa Hoima City.
Hoima Deputy Mayor Sylvia Nalmaga asked the residents to forgive her and promised to work on the garbage challenge that they are facing.
As Hoima City, we are sorry for what is happening at Kibati garbage site. We understand that the place is in a mess, but it's not our own making. The challenge is the population has increased versus the space which was arranged some time back.
Nalumaga says they are planning to relocate the plant to another place which is not in the middle of the city.
At the moment, I may say that the plan is on because the problem is the resources. But our plan is for the time being to extend the size to see that they push that garbage further. And another challenge is by the time we came in as city authority, that place was already in a mess. So the garbage was much and we couldn't even maybe shift it to another place, we couldn't burn it, it was already in a mess. So that's why you see we are finding a problem on that side. But we are trying to look for solutions, either to extend the size or to buy a bigger land like 40 acres and we shift it at garbage site and we take it out from people's plots. And by the way here in Kibati now it's like in a center. So we want this to go at the side, at the edge of the city.
Government has prioritized skilling all Ugandans, with the Ministry of Education and Sports leading the way in schools and higher institutions of learning. The Principal Qualifications Officer responsible for assessment and certification under the ministry, to Riamwe Simira Johnson, emphasized the importance of empowering learners with skills during the fourth graduation ceremony of Mbarara Community Institute in Mbarara City. The institute's founder, Natukwasa Robert, called on the government to provide necessary equipment to ensure learners receive quality skills in various fields.
Vision 2040. In addition, the President always talks about transforming from a peasant economy to a money economy. And we believe through empowering people with skills, it is the way to go. That is even why the focus now, government has established different industrial hubs to skill Ugandans. But in particular from Mbarara Community Institute, we thank management, in particular the director of Mbarara Institute, for skilling the young people.
We also have a challenge of limited instructional materials, like equipment to use, like computers. We also have a challenge of heavy expenses incurred, especially on examination, cutting lists, tools and materials, which are too expensive in this current economy, of which we are tirelessly working on them. We also having a challenge of limited infrastructure. We need more and more buildings as we are continuing to expand day by day. Let me take this opportunity to thank our dear parents and guardians in front of this congregation for educating these graduates. Thank you for the love, trust, and confidence you have always put in us and in
Uganda ne Uganda waraji batusako manrane chikona tena tekomu seko season yakuna savu July kuma mount papa's hall usasure kwa MTN mobile money usasura gumu chitundu MTN usasure nega komitano iga sistemu kagatano stamu enda munana hasha kwa MTN ofune tiketi yokati wabona kumulyango usasure mitwale ebiri yepe mitwale 5 ate meza ya milioni 2 munana July Golden Hotel mkono mwenda July Nikan Resort Airways 15 July France Africa Jinja Abiri July Maria Flema Saka Abiri Mwenda July Afro Club Eka Sangati Ate yo noku yingi na mutualo Wafujini Dwamo Sente Talent Africa Victoria University Suzu Property Consultants Pepsi Max Uganda Waraji Ne
MTN Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda, haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
This is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes. Now,
why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100*1# and select call all networks.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. Now in business, the Ministry of Education and Mineral Development, or rather the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, has prioritized the use of technology in its quest to improve energy efficiency and electricity access to all Ugandan households by 2030. This was revealed by the Assistant Commissioner, Ministry of Energy, David Barimumaso, on Day 2 of Energy Expo 2023 at Hoima Showgrounds here in Kampala. Let's have a look.
The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development has earmarked the use of energy-efficient appliances and mini-grid technology as the effective tools that will prompt public's universal access to electricity and clean energy ambitions.
We had the Power and Electricity Forum where we wanted to engage different stakeholders looking at the contribution and the relevance of technology in increasing access to electricity. In terms of monitoring how our grid network is performing, technology has moved us far, whereby you can get real information with respect to demand and loss, then so that you can be in position to plan and identify the key parameters which require action.
In order to minimize traditional cooking methods, a more convenient cooking way by use of electric pressure cookers has been put forward as an alternative solution.
Cooking with electricity is something that is now becoming very attractive in Uganda for various reasons. One of them is that when we use the biomass that we mainly use for cooking is not being used sustainably. You'll agree with me that the prices of firewood, of charcoal have all been going high. One of the reasons why they're going high is because there's increased demand and yet production is not equally increasing. So cooking with electricity becomes attractive because of the benefits to do with health, When you cook with electricity, you don't have that exposure to indoor air pollution.
The use of mini-grid technology has been dubbed as a game changer in ensuring that many people get connected to electricity quickly. This seeks to spur economic growth and move Uganda closer towards its middle-income status.
This mini-grid acts in a way that it has all those components in one. So you can put it in a place and it is able to generate, and it's able to distribute and sell that power within the same locality. So it is not in a way similar to the grid where you go through all the stages of generation, transmission, distribution over long distance. These are localized solutions that meet the needs of the community in which they are installed.
Currently, Uganda has about 1.9 million electricity household connections, which translates to 20%, but has a target of making about 10 million household connections by 2030, a move that will catalyze social and economic transformation at household level. Crispus, Arineitwe, Rebecca, Kenyana, UBC Business.
Yes, and that business story brings us to the end of our 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. Thank you for being a lovely audience. With me, Wadulo Mark, Arnold Mugalo Mohammed on sign language. From the team, allow us to wish you a lovely night.
Intervals prevailed in most areas. My name is Juliet Nantiza with the latest weather updates from Uganda National Meteorological Authority. When we take a look at the satellite image, it shows that there is a region on the tip of South Africa that is pushing the rain belt further north, though some areas are having light showers, and this is due to the local effect. In the morning, we expect sunny intervals to prevail in most areas of central, though Kampala we expect some light showers. Eastern we expect light showers in Toro and Jinja. Soroti we expect sunny intervals. Eastern we expect sunny intervals as well as the north region. Later on in the afternoon, we expect temperatures to rise to 28 in Kampala. Nakasongola, we expect temperatures to rise to 31, and Masaka, we expect temperatures to rise to 29. Eastern, we expect temperatures to be at 30 with thunder showers. Western, we expect sunny intervals in most areas at a maximum of 32 in Kasese. Masindi, we expect a maximum of 30 with light showers. And Kabale Highlands, we expect a maximum of 26 with sunny intervals. In the north, we expect light showers in most areas with temperatures rising to 28 in Kotido and Moroto. Arua, we expect temperatures to rise to 30, and Gulu, we expect temperatures to be at 31. Elsewhere, Dubai, we expect bright and sunny conditions at a maximum of 46. Nairobi, we expect a maximum of 25 with sunny intervals. Cairo, we expect a maximum of 43. And London, we expect a maximum of 21 with cloudy conditions. That's all we had for you from Uganda National Meteorological Authority. Stay tuned and have a blessed Sunday.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.